Hello, welcome to the last step before we get to the movies, starting with the motion picture for the TOS movies. I know a lot of you guys have really been waiting for those for a long time, pretty much ever since I watched Wrath of Khan, so it's been a while, and I've been looking forward to them too, but I have been enjoying taking my time going through and really absorbing everything that Star Trek has to offer up until like that point. So if you missed the last Star Trek episode that I put out, I did one episode of Star Trek New Voyages, which was World Enough and Time, and I was nervous that the quality would not be up to par with what I was expecting, and it did exceed my expectations. So I'm really excited for Star Trek Continues, but also a little bit nervous still because let's just say that this series has some big shoes to fill. And I know World Enough in Time did have George Takei, which really helped make it even bigger and better. And I have heard some things about some people who show up in Continues, some returning actors, some, I think, children of some of the original cast. And I don't remember too many specifics. I think I remember some, although I'm not really sure if the ones that I'm thinking about are from Continues or maybe from like other episodes of New Voyages. I'm not sure. So we might not see all the ones that I am thinking of in my head. Anyways, I know that this first episode, because it's kind of in the description and I happened to read it, it's going to deal with Apollo and the actor. I remember hearing that the actor is returning for that. So I'm really excited for that. If you guys recall, I really enjoyed the episode with Apollo in it. And I was really intrigued by his character, and I really felt for his character, especially towards the end there. I'll never forget Kirk's final words in that episode, even though I might be misquoting it, but something to the effect of, would it have been so bad or would have hurt to collect just a few laurel leaves? And I talked about it a little bit at the end of the last episode, the New Voyages episode, where I know that Grant Imahara is in this, and he plays as Sulu, and I'm really excited for that. I know him from Mythbusters. My husband was on a Mythbustin marathon for a while, and so it was on constantly for a bit in the house. So over time, I ended up watching quite a few episodes, and I loved Grant, and he's no longer with us anymore, unfortunately. So I'm really looking forward to this. And yeah, I hope you guys are too. Let's get our first episode of Star Trek Continues, which is called Pilgrim of Eternity. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Looks like Spectre of the Gun.
I'd like you to take a look at this gun.
Perhaps we could talk about this?
I rarely draw it unless I mean to use it. Care for a demonstration?
No, not unless you point it somewhere else. Oh, fun.
Was she everything I
Is that
promised her?
Oh, it's Scotty.
And more.
Well, she's still in the experimental stage, but once we get the bugs out.
All right, playtime's over. Let's get back to work.
Okay, I like the Scotty here, I think, so far.
All 3 power stations in this system are completely drained.
Likely the Klingon stealing fuel cells again.
There is no evidence to support that theory, Mr. Scott.
It was a joke.
And what would cause a failure on that scale?
Unknown.
Captain, I'm registering a minor drain on engine power.
There he
Scotty?
is.
Checking.
Any danger?
Not
Is
yet,
that
sir,
Bones?
but I don't like it.
I'm reading something 320,000 kilometers off the starboard bow.
What the devil?
Yeah, that's gotta be him. That's gotta be Bones.
Oh, drain is accelerated.
The source of the drain is the anomaly directly in front of us.
What is it? A machine? An organism?
Unknown.
That's an awful lot of unknowns, Mr. Spock. I need answers. Lock photon torpedo on. Dead center.
Torpedo locked.
Fire.
20 seconds to impact.
I'm detecting 2 life forms in the center of the anomaly.
Life forms.
They could need our help.
Scotty, transport.
Oh, no way, sir.
Jim,
We're out of options, but you don't do it.
impact.
Jeez. Things getting heated. People are yelling.
Power levels at 12%, 19%, increasing steadily.
The bulk is still intact, but it is no longer a viable threat. I detect no life forms.
Cancel red alert. But it couldn't be helped.
I know, Jim. It's just hard to see the taking of any life, even if it's to save our own.
I'm detecting an energy buildup. Focused within the Enterprise. The bridge.
Is it a Horta? Oh. Oh. Wow. He got old. Whoosh.
Its continuing mission. To explore strange new
Continuing mission. For continues.
worlds. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
All right, Star Trek continues. Let's see what you got. Oh, okay. I knew. Aww. I knew James Doohan's son was in this, but someone probably told me that he plays Scotty, but I forgot that part. I was gonna say he really looks the part.
Now, a much older Apollo has reappeared, only this time on board the Enterprise.
Security to the bridge, on the double.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
1,000 years in a day.
Who's this? Athena?
The final image my eyes behold is that of your face.
No, you can't go.
Live on for us.
Travel gently, beloved Athena.
I don't know what that was from, but I'm guessing maybe some
Where did you
Shakespeare.
go?
I don't know. Emptiness.
Well, so he went to Athena and the rest, but then they came back?
Don't know what I can do for him, but let's get him to sickbay.
Sir, you're not actually going to...
I'm feeling... This is gonna be really distracting for me. I'm trying to pay attention to the episode every time I see the young, Doohan here.
If that debris clogs the intake manifolds.
I sealed them,
I
but we
feel
got stuck
things.
here until we can clear that debris.
Suggestions?
We could go out on the hull with a couple hand phasers. Cut the residue from the ship's exterior.
Very well. You and Simone from structural engineering suit up and get it done.
Aye, sir.
Mr. Scott, we'll monitor the EVA from here. I think Sulu knows what he's doing.
It is not Sulu that concerns me. It is Apollo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, look at... I like him.
Curious he has aged so rapidly in 2 years.
Subject on screen's physiological age between 38 and 41 Earth years.
It's about my age.
Subject in sick bay's physiological age between 77 and 82 Earth years.
Why don't we pay our guest a little visit and get some answers?
Apollo's been through some shit.
Captain, Dr.
Who's
Lisa
this?
McKenna. I was recently assigned
No,
here
it's
from...
not a good time.
I want to know. Wow, look at her.
He's dying. Like any mortal human.
Fascinating.
Captain Kirk.
So you remember me.
How could he forget?
What's the meaning of the attack on my ship?
The attack was not my doing. Athena sacrificed her last portion of energy to allow us both to escape the realm. The realm was to provide the energy for us to live on through eternity. Hera, Poseidon, and my beloved Artemis were the first to arrive. The realm drained them of their life energy. They were too weak to escape. A malfunction caused it to siphon power from any nearby energy source.
The power stations.
And your rapid aging.
What was meant to be our sanctuary became our prison.
This makes me sad.
I sympathize, Apollo. But nothing has changed. We can't give you the worship you want.
I no longer seek it. I ask you to take me to a world where mortals exist, and I feel the warmth of the sun.
No, so you can play God to another unsuspecting race?
I only desire to spend my remaining days among them.
I'm afraid that's a big risk, and not one I'm prepared to take.
Would it really be so bad?
After my actions toward you, perhaps you believe that is what I deserve.
I mean, what he did to the crew in the episode of the season 2, trying to force them, was bad, but...
Make sure Apollo is what he claims.
What's that?
Powerless.
He's got the facial expressions.
I'm very anxious to talk about this new position.
Of course you are. For the time being, I need you to help Dr. McCoy with our guest.
Yes, sir.
Her hair, it looks like hair that would have been in the original series on one of the girls. Oh, there they are. That's scary. Oh, and we got the Tholian web spacesuits again. I wonder if it's the same ones that they used in...
A few more minutes of this and we can go inside and use the shield array to scrape off the rest. Give me artificial gravity any day. Artificial gravity.
I think he does a really good Sulu. I wonder if it's the same spacesuits that they used in the
I'm Dr. McKenna.
New
Feeling up for
Voyages?
some company?
Company of a beautiful woman is always welcome.
You are just as charming as she said you were.
She is beautiful.
Carolyn.
Carolyn, the only mortal woman to ever spurn my love.
She also said it was the most difficult thing she'd ever done.
Why does she not declare this to me herself?
She died.
In just 2 years, what happened?
She died while helping some colonists who were infected by a plague.
Such sacrifice by such beauty. A rare treasure, McKenna.
Elise.
I'm reading increased hot temperature in your area. Reduce phaser strength by 20%.
That's gonna slow us down.
The better the air on the side of caution. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Simone, you heard him. Compensate. I'm trying, it's not working.
Why didn't you and the other gods find another planet with humans where you could be worshipped?
So deep was our love for humanity, we couldn't bear the risk of such heartbreak again. Of all of us, none loved you humans more than I.
You must understand the captain's concerns.
If only I could open up my heart and show him. Show all of you.
Is his phaser stuck? Whoa!
Enterprise!
His is stuck too. Why is it doing that? Is Apollo doing something? Or his presence? Oh gosh.
Are you alright, lad? Drain the powder, Captain. This was no bloody malfunction. That monster lying in sickbay, I lay odds on his doing.
Apollo is in no condition to
Well, sir, remember what he did to Carolyn, and now he's killed Simone.
I tried to help him, but there's nothing I could do.
It's all right, Sulu.
I'm fine, Captain. But Simone, his body.
We'll bring him home. Return to duty when you're feeling up to it, all right?
Sulu's always going through some tragic stuff in these fan episodes so far, huh? Poor guy.
He's to blame for all this.
There's no reason to believe that this was anything more than a tragic accident.
Scotty does not like Apollo. I remember.
Be illogical for Apollo to kill us.
I agree with Spock.
What?
About Apollo and what to do with him. As my senior officers, I'm bringing you in on that decision with me.
Simone would be alive right now if that creature hadn't come aboard.
Well, you don't know that.
He is now the last of his race.
I sympathize, but not to the point where the safety of the crew is in jeopardy.
If our objective is to determine Apollo's true intentions, perhaps it is time we, what is the saying, give him enough rope.
Something like that.
I don't believe it!
That'll be enough, Mr. Scott.
Scotty always gets a little crazy when Apollo's around, huh?
I need to continue repairing the damage caused by our guest.
He's...
Scotty's not as forgiving as some.
No.
Seeing Apollo again has really reopened some old deep wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Have the security detail accompany Apollo and allow him to walk about the ship a bit.
I mean, Scotty was in love with Carolyn Palomas, and then after the thing with Apollo, she left, and then she died doing her duty.
I have one less crewman than I did an hour ago.
I have little knowledge of this matter.
That's
Captain.
not good enough.
The realm thrives on energy. Survival became its sole purpose. Perhaps you have reconsidered my request.
I have a responsibility to my Federation's non-interference directive.
Yet your Federation's promise of compassion and benevolence seem little more than words.
It is a conundrum.
I assure you, our decision will be a just one. In the meantime, you may walk about the ship.
I'm pleased to see I was remembered.
But not as a deity.
Hard to say what should be done in this situation. I wasn't thinking about the Prime Directive angle as far as just dropping him off on a planet and then Uhura.
One starry night on the moon of Sidon as one.
It's always a good day when Uhura sings.
I knew this was important to you, so I wanted to keep it safe.
You will honor me if you continue to do so. You know, you have the voice of an angel.
Thank you. Wait, you're the Greek god of music.
I was.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. Music still echoes in my mind. To love a mortal was to watch the sun rise on a perfect day, only to mourn too quickly its setting into eternal night. Walk you and I through the gardens of old. Adorn thou my love, pray to the gods that we may love 1,000 years in a day.
They should have had him sing in the original episode. Oh, you guys know how much I love my musical numbers.
It pleases me that you still enjoy my music, my children.
It was just lovely.
Marsyas once challenged me to a contest of music. Marsyas was a satyr who believed he could play his flute as proficiently as I my lyre.
A satyr, not a satire.
The contest a tie, until I decreed that we both play and sing at the same time. An impossible feat for Marsyas.
Engineering to Captain Kirk. My panels are lighting up with malfunctions everywhere. I'm working out a way to rig up a ship-wide electromagnetic pulse to wipe it out all in one shot.
Do what you can, Scotty. Keep me informed. Kirk out.
Captain, I thought now.
Yes, Lieutenant?
I thought now might be a good time for that little chat.
Give me 1 minute.
Feels like it could be an episode of the original series. Nothing feels weird.
Captain, part of my job is to assess the psychological condition of all on board and make recommendations.
I'll bet you have one.
Yes, I do. I believe that he is sincere about everything that he says. His experiences since then have changed him.
But changed him how? That's what I need to know before I could even consider granting his request.
In each of us, there's the potential to do great things and to do dangerous and unpredictable things.
Well, Kirk knows that very well. He had a speech just about that.
He watched his friends die, and now he's here, alone. And he's facing death himself. I truly believe that if we let the...
I suggest you come to Rec Room 6 as soon as possible. I think you should see for yourself.
That doesn't sound good.
Achilles arrived at Troy with 50 ships.
He just loves attention. There's nothing wrong with that.
It was I who guided it into Achilles' heel, on the very altar of...
I'd like a word, please.
He's just telling a story.
You assured us you had no desire for worship. This is a pretty poor way of proving yourself worthy of our help.
It is you who are not worthy.
If you expect us
His
to...
voice is all echoey. Whoa! He does have power. I bet this was his plan all along. Apollo, I was on McKenna's side.
Is this a preview of what you intend to do to some unsuspecting planet?
I want what is mine. Humanity's worship and love.
Humanity never loved you. No god should survive on fear.
Enough!
Ooh. God, she's gorgeous. I can't I can't get over it. He's never gonna learn, is he?
Take him to sickbay. Tell McCoy to put him in restraints and sedate him if he has to.
Well, whatever chance he had, he blew it.
Help Dr. McKenna. All right, everyone, back to your stations.
Well, I guess Scotty was right.
How so? While Apollo clearly had influence on those in the recreation room, I do not believe he intended to behave as he did.
He's been this divine parasite for so long that he just can't help himself. Is that it?
But most beings are unable to change their behaviors that are deeply embedded by choice. It is often forced by tragedy or outside intervention.
Well, Apollo's therapy will not be at the expense of the crew of the Enterprise, I can promise you that. Apparently you can't teach an old god new tricks.
I guess he can't humble himself to be just one of the people.
Even a god can lose control.
But you said you weren't a god anymore.
I'm not. I'm a fool. You will not help me then, will you?
That little show of yours demonstrated exactly why I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Or should you? I'm sorry.
But then what are we gonna do with him?
Wait! The organ in my body.
That's what allows you to channel the power from that temple of yours.
Yes.
Remove it?
It's what converts mortal worship into energy. I cannot control it as I first believed.
You want me to remove the organ?
Yes.
Then he will be just like another human, right?
No one should survive on fear.
It's your call.
Please, Doctor. I have faith in you.
If anybody can do it, Bones can.
Well, it's done, Jim.
He's very weak. I couldn't give you a guess about a recovery.
But it's out.
Join us in the briefing room as soon as you're able. It is probable that Apollo no longer has the urge to thrive on the worship of others.
Or the power to.
We've got nothing but Apollo's word that removing that thing will make a wee bit of difference. Turning him loose somewhere is certain disaster.
So we still have no consensus. Bones, keep observing Apollo. Let me know if there are any changes. Dismissed, gentlemen. Offering himself up for major surgery. Maybe he is sincere, Bones.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I'm with Scotty now.
We can't come to a consensus soon. It won't matter. Apollo will probably die at some point.
Apollo hasn't really shown that he's trustworthy. Like, he had his chance and he blew it.
At your discretion, Mr. Scott.
Look at this. It's such a cool set. The set is so good.
Good riddance. Get off my ship. I'm reading a buildup of electrostatic energy in your systems. I advise that you step away from your stations as a precaution.
Oh! Whoa! She almost did a flip.
Sulu, tell McCoy we're coming. You've got to come.
Why didn't she listen to him?
Bones!
Stay with me. Cortical simulator.
That's no. Somebody do something. Oh my god.
Jim, No, damn it.
Doctor.
No! Get me the bypass.
Bones.
I think I know what's gonna happen. I don't know how he's gonna pull it off, but I feel like he would give whatever is left of his life for her, right? She was kind to him. He's gonna die anyways.
Your recovery will require what little energy you have remaining.
Well, he still has power even without that organ. Ooh.
What happened?
Well, he's okay. He's okay for now.
Removing that organ was supposed to render him powerless.
Yeah.
He has more energy now than he did before the surgery.
Is it possible that Apollo's species are able to draw power from something other than worship?
Oh.
Sacrifice. Why not?
Perhaps the gods assumed that since worship from humans empowered them, that was the only thing that did so.
What you did, that was really something.
But when I saw Lieutenant Uhura lying there, and the grief on all your faces, I realized the universe was a better place with her in it.
True.
All the centuries demanding worship. You never considered there may be another way.
Giving rather than taking.
We never knew.
I'd like to see the senior officers in the briefing room, please.
So it's not really a sacrifice because it made him stronger as opposed to weaker, but I guess it's the intention?
Apollo sacrificed himself to save one of our own, and now he's placed his fate in our hands. All those in favor of finding him a new home.
Scotty? A happy ending for Apollo.
This will be a new experience for you.
I like it.
And I am eager for it. None of this would have been possible without your enlightenment.
Well, that's what we mortals do.
You'll find the inhabitants of this planet to be a simple people, similar to the Earth's 14th century.
Which means you'll have plenty of opportunities to practice that newfound gift of yours.
And I shall do so with all of my heart.
Well, he'll still be viewed as a god if he has these miraculous powers, but more like Jesus, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Godspeed, Apollo. Energize.
Sure is nice to see familiar faces in these fan episodes.
Well, Dr. Leonard McCoy, surgeon to the gods.
Who would have thought? Just an old country doctor like me. I may write a paper.
Apollo learned what it took our respective peoples centuries to discover. Self-sacrifice is the best way to live.
One thing's clear. They sure did love humanity.
Apollo still does.
Oh, now, don't pout, Mr. Spock. I'm sure they would have loved the Vulcans just as much had they landed there.
I wasn't captain. I'll be at my station.
He's like, I'm not gonna entertain this. Okay. Yeah, okay. I can't be mad about that. Oh, 1 year later. Oh, there's more. Let's go. Okay, hold on.
You've done my family a great service. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, his hair is dark. Oh, he's getting younger. He's getting revitalized. His hair wasn't white anymore. Oh. Okay. You know, it's not the same, but again, like with the animated series, Star Trek, the original series is continuing. It's not over. It doesn't have to be over. There's still some great stories that are being told. Well, that have been told and are really enjoyable if you have an open mind about it. Again, I thought the writing in this was spot on. The writing of all the characters felt really accurate. It felt really good. And the writing, I feel like this episode would have felt very natural if it were written for the original series and we had the original cast doing it. They brought in the beautiful girl to be what I'm guessing is going to be a guest star appearance, but she might come back to other episodes. I'm not sure, but she reminded me of Andrea. I think the eye makeup or something about her face too, and just the makeup, the whole look. She reminded me of Andrea from What Are Little Girls Made Of? I thought she did great. I enjoyed all the performances by everyone here. Nobody felt like they didn't really work. And I think that both Scotties, did a great job, but the son of James Doohan, Chris Doohan, I thought, I don't want to say anything bad about the Scotty from New Voyages, but something about his performance, his accent, his delivery wasn't really clicking to me as this is Scotty. And here, as soon as Chris spoke, I was like, that's Scotty. And then to find out that it was his son, and to see James Doohan's son carry on as Scotty, it just warms my heart. I loved, I'm not gonna, this is gonna be the first and last and only time that I'm gonna compare, hopefully, this with New Voyages and the actors and who's better and what, but I thought both of the Sulus have been really impressive. I can't say anything bad about the guy who played Sulu in New Voyages, the young Sulu, the present day Sulu, obviously not George Takei, but especially at the end there. It was so emotional, but I really enjoy how it feels like Grant here is trying to really sound like make his voice sound like Sulu, because I don't think it's been a while since I've seen Mythbusters, but I don't think that's what his voice sounds like. I think he's deepening it. He's making it sound like more rich to sound more like George Takei. And I think a lot of times it sounds really like Sulu, the tone and the texture of his voice. So I think he's done a really good job. If he is manipulating his voice to try to sound more like Takei, I think he's doing a great job with that. So definitely this Scotty and this Sulu are standing out to me. Everybody else did a great job as well. I like the Spock, Uhura, Kirk. We didn't get to see too much Chekhov, so I'm eager to see him play a more prominent role in an upcoming episode. And again, it was really great to see Apollo return. Same actor, same old Apollo, wanting his worship, and I really wanted to trust him, to believe him, because I did really kind of grow fond of Apollo from the original episode. And I was pretty disappointed when he started using his power to try to force that worship out of fear. But I did enjoy how it was something that he wasn't really doing on purpose. He was fighting a losing battle with his nature. He showed that he was repentant and that he was willing to let go of all his power, to even sacrifice his own life to save Uhura. And I really liked the kindness that she showed to him. And, well, it's pretty cliche, but it's better to give than to receive. That's what they always say. And this was a very palpable, physical demonstration of that. And how nice that there was another way that they never thought of, that they never thought to look for. And it reminds me of something similar from another episode, but I can't think of it right now. But that feels so familiar to me, that they found another way to do something that was better than what they had been doing before. So does anybody know what I'm talking about? Am I making stuff up in my head? I feel like this has been a theme in an original series episode. Anyways, I'm going to try not to read the description for the next episodes, and so I can be like surprised. I feel like a lot of these, if not all of these, are continuations of episodes that we've seen before. I know people have brought it up many times when I was watching the original series. Oh, you should watch Star Trek Continues because they, continue this storyline. And I don't remember exactly all the episodes that they brought it up, but I think I want to try to be surprised and figure it out once we're in the episode. So we'll see if I can not read the description. It's kind of hard when it's right there. And yeah, that was a really good first episode. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see more. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought. Are you excited for the other ones? Don't tell me anything about any of the other episodes because I'd rather be surprised. And thank you for joining this section of my Star Trek journey with me. I know a lot of people are probably not here, but those of you that are, thank you for having an open mind or for just sticking it out with me, regardless of what your feelings are about fan episodes or anything like that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!